Hello, writers. Today, I want to teach you about text and graphic features. We're going to be using text and graphic features to teach our readers using more than just the words in our informational texts. So today I want to teach you that writers of informational texts use text and graphic features to help teach their readers important information. So, as we go through today's lesson, I want you to pay close attention as I teach you about different text features and different graphic features. So, these are text features. So, you can use several of these in your informational texts. So, if we look here at this one, we'll see that the author highlighted text in a different color, pointed out something that they want the reader to think about, and then they also changed the text. See, here it's all capital letters and bolded, and then here it becomes regular text in lowercase. Here, the author in Words to Know used an inset box to teach the reader important vocabulary. And that vocabulary is highlighted in the text. Now, this Words to Know box comes from a different passage than this illegal battle piece right there. But you can see that this all comes from Scholastic News. The writers of the Scholastic News articles are highlighting important text in one color in the passage, and then they're using this inset box to teach the reader the words to know. Now, if we look at this next one, a legal battle, we can see that this is a heading. And not only is it written in bold, but it's also in a different color. And that makes we're drawn to it. It calls our attention to it. This one here, we have a combination of a text feature, which is the caption. Koch took this space selfie with Earth behind her, and we have a picture. And in informational text, we always have pictures with captions. Here's another cool example of what a writer did with text. So it's kind of like a fun facts box, what you need to know about wildfires. And look at what they've done with the font and the box. They highlighted this top part in black and made white text, and it's all capitals. And then here, where it says wildfires, that's written really big in red. Over here, we have another picture and a caption. Okay, more text features. And then down at the bottom, this one's really cool. This is called an infographic, okay, where it says the International Space Station. Pay attention and look at how many different types of fonts and colors that the author used to get information across. We even see a graphic feature in a bar graph right here, okay? We see different size fonts. 248 miles is the average distance from the Earth to the International Space Station. Here's a fun fact. It orbits every 90 minutes, and look at how it's written, and look at how the word 90, the number 90, is written. So these are all examples of what you can do with your informational text to teach your readers something using different text features, okay? Now, let's take a look at graphic features. So here, okay, we talked about pictures and captions. We see the same picture from last time. We have a picture, which is a graphic feature, and we have our caption, which is right here, okay? Over here, this is actually a picture of an ofrenda. This article comes from an article on the Day of the Dead, and it becomes literally, there's 4 different captions. There's some fun facts here in these what are called call-out boxes. Then they're labeling the picture, candles, photos of ancestors, and then they've titled the picture. So a picture doesn't need to just have one caption like we do over here, but it can have several describing it. Here's another graphic feature. This author used a map, not even a whole map of the United States. This article, which is about wildfires, really only needs to have information about the western part of the United States. And so the caption or the map has a title: since the beginning of August, dozens of large fires have burned in the western US. And then there's a key on the map that shows the red circles are the largest wildfires. So here's a map. This is pretty cool. We tend to think of graphic features as regular photos, like up here with the two pilots, like here with the ofrenda. But this article actually uses a piece of clip art, an animated picture, to highlight a story. And then down here, we actually see, this is what we saw before, our words to know. This is a text feature where the writer is teaching us about our vocabulary that we need. And then this last piece I want to teach you, this whole big thing on the side, this is called a sidebar. We saw this top part, what you need to know about wildfires, in the last slide. But this is another part of our text that teaches us about wildfires. And it's not part of the main article. It's actually off to the side of the main article. That's why it's called a sidebar. So these are all examples of graphic features that you can use when you are creating and writing your informational text to teach your writer about the information. So now here's what we want you to do. We want you to try it. And this is a pretty big slide, so you might need to leave it up while you're thinking about this. First, we want you to reread your text, and we want you to decide where you can insert different text and graphic features. Number two, ask yourself these questions about using text features. A, should I highlight important vocabulary words and use an inset box to teach my readers about them? B, should I use specific fonts or colors to draw attention to my headings and subheadings? C, should I create an infographic to teach my reader about specific facts regarding my topic? D, do my pictures have captions? And please note that you don't need to do all of these, okay? If you have all of these text features and all of these graphic features, your informational text is going to look too busy. So you need to be strategic and choose the ones that are going to make the most sense. So these are text features. Then ask yourself these questions about using graphic features. A, should I use pictures or diagrams to help my reader understand what I'm trying to teach him or her? B, is there somewhere I can use a map, chart, or table to help my reader understand specific data that I'm teaching? And C, can I use an inset box to highlight specific information? So writers, I know this was a lot of information in today's lesson, but there's a lot of ways that you can make your informational text even stronger by using text features and graphic features. So think about these questions. Ask yourself these questions and think about what you want to try. You might try something and it might not work. You might try, a certain font and it just doesn't look right. It doesn't match the topic. If you're talking about a serious topic, you don't want to have a fun font like Comic Sans. Okay. You might not need a table or a chart, but if you're talking about data, for example, like how many Super Bowls the Patriots have won, yeah, you might want a table to show what years. So writers, we can't wait to see your work. Thanks for sharing with us.